Welcome back, guys. So we will continue from where we stopped. We are still using functions to minimize code repetition and make our work neater. So far, we have been able to separate find user and save user. And I said you can also do the same for update user. You can just quickly copy that now, which is inside password reset, I think. So to update user, we can use the find user function here. So let me do that now. I don't want to mess our work up. I need to carefully look at it. So our function, where is our function? Close this. Our function, or rather you have it here. So our find user function basically requires an email. We don't need this. Okay, this is for token. Where is the user? This is for token. This is for user. So we can take out all this. Come down here to delete this. And then we can sorry, I was distracted. We can come right here and do our find user. Let's copy it from here. Just this. That's all we need. So we can use it here. Okay. So this is for finding the user and checking if the user exists. I think our email is already set. And then we need to now do our update user, which is actually just to save user. So there's really no point in creating the update user thing. Yeah, let's just delete that and replace this with save user, which is this function here. So replace this with save user. All right, so yeah, you can still do a lot of things with functions. You can separate the email function and say we create another function and call it email.php. And then you can carry out all sending of emails here. So that wherever you want to send email, you just call a single function and pass in all these parameters. Let's quickly do that. It shouldn't take time. Let's copy all this out. Actually, this is not too good. I can use the password reset request, which is process forgot. Yeah, so we need to separate these. Into its own email. Take this and bring it function send. Of course, we'll pass in some parameters. Where was I? Forgot password. We've gotten it from here. We need to send the email and do some checks. So let's do that here. And we're performing the checks. And we need to include, well, let's make it require the function which is for alert with PHP. And here we can use that to set the alert and make this message. The message is this. Okay, this is not needed. It's not needed. Right, so that does that. Oh, we also need to do a redirect function. Yeah, we'll do that. Yes, we'll do that. All right, so let's set alert for this second one, which is going to be an error message, and the message is going to be this, plus the email, and then we can delete this. Okay, so I'm going to quickly write my redirect function and call this, let's call it general. We go to redirect. One might hold just one function, or maybe call it page. I don't know. Let's just leave it as redirect. It's going to basically do redirect to, and then the name of the page we want to send them to, or the address, which is URL. Make it empty and just replace this with the URL. Okay, so we have a redirect function which we can now use on all these pages. Let's break this down. We call this redirect, and then do a redirect to forgot password, and this goes to login.php. That should still work as we expect it to work. So we have separated our email. Now we need to add things like subject, which is going to start as an empty. Let's bring this down so it's easy for anyone to see. And then we have a message, also empty. We have headers. Actually, my header is the same for everything, so I don't need to set that. That's fine. That is fine. So my subject, this is going to be from the other function, so I don't need to do this. I can set my header, of course, and my email is going to be what the email they are sending to. So I need that. Yeah, so I have my email from the function, I have my subject from the function, message from the function, header from me. And that's that. This is how to do that. So pick this function and use it here rather than having all of this. Take them out and do send mail. My first parameter, as you can see, my editor is telling me is the subject. Subject. My second parameter is message. My third parameter is email. And that should do it. I have my subject, message, and my email is set. I don't need header anymore. That cleans our code up quite nicely. This is supposed to be for set alert, so let's do that. Set alert and change it to error. Alert type is error. And just move all this up here and change this to redirect to. I'm telling you to forget password. Save that. Save it. Why it's not saving? I need to terminate this. Okay, so I need to include that function up here, which is to redirect. That should solve that. So let's change a few things here. Let's see what we can change. We need to change. Okay, this is done. Okay, we need to also implement this function in our token function. So let's do that. Function generate token. Let's put that here and we return token. Okay. So it's just still the same. We are generating a token, we are going through this and returning the token. So we can use this function here now and say my token is now equal to whatever this function returns. So I don't need to do all this anymore. Get my token easily here, being generated from here. I need another function. I'll call it verify token, which will be to check if the token exists, which we will be doing on another page. I think this is all with this page. We have refactored everything. We have used our own built function, and everything is fine. So let's go to process reset. So on process reset, we can change this to is user logged in, which we already have, and then we can include that, which will be acquire once functions. I think that's user. Yep, user.php. And of course, we need to have the alert. No, we do not need. Yeah, we do. We need alert, and then we need redirect. That's fine there. Okay, so let's start using everything that I just called onto the page. Let's use the. We need to do this. Set alert to this message, and the type is error, and it is so take this out, and we keep moving. Redirect, of course. Redirect to this location. We've done all this. We can clean it up now. Okay, we can. This is for finding token. All right, so let's do that. Function find. Well, I mean, we can use the verify token. Token. Okay. Process reset. So our verified token is going to do all of this. Let's see. Make this better. I mean, this is okay for now. Let's just leave it. It works. You can make it better on your own. I need to clean up my code. I don't like it's distracting seeing all this here. Okay. So we need a single function to carry out all of this. So I'm going to just copy it over there and use it, and then we'll see how we can refactor on this side. So let's copy all this and bring it to token. Well, I wanted to use verify token. So verify token, I need to close the for loop. After the for loop, I also need to close the if. I think that's yes, that's that. All right, so we are going into the, you know what, I'm calling it find token, which is going to find if the token exists. Verify token sounds more appropriate because we are doing more than token verification. We're checking that the email exists, and we're checking that the email exists, and then we're also checking that the token exists. But I really want to just move all this away from here. If user exists, which is I'm using that here already. So all I need is for this. Okay, so I'm going to change this to find token. Which I already have. So let's just find token. This is going into find user find token. So it whatever is returned from the function is what this will be for. That makes sense. Okay, so we're going into the token folder. We're checking it and checking and checking and checking. I don't need to do this here. I just need to return the token object. Am I using it here? So I just need to return. I'll comment that out for now and just return token object. And then outside of here, outside of the for loop, I'm going to return false. Okay, so let's try it. There might be errors somewhere. I don't know yet. So let's take all of this out. Let's take all of this out. Oof, I just did a lot of deletes. Let's take that out. And up here, I can say check token, check token to be equal to whatever this find token function returns. However, I need to use email, so I need to pass email here, make it empty for now, and in here, I need to pass the user email. Okay, right. So here, I think I will just do the logged in user verification here too. So return. Yeah, no, let's do that here. Let's do it here. So if user is logged in, I don't need to find token. If it's user logged in, I just set my check token to true, which we have been doing before. Else, I would now find token. And actually, I can still write this in one line. Let's write it in one line. Let's just, so I'm going to say is user logged in. If user is logged in, I'm going to write this in one line, just like this. So if user is logged in, then set this to be true. Otherwise, set it to be whatever I get from here. Okay, so this is good. Clean this up a little bit. And then I can come here. I think there is a problem here. Okay, that is fixed. Let's change this to send mail. This right here, I need to remove all this. Send mail. I need the subject, obviously. I need the message. And then I need the email. Okay, that's that. I have the subject, I have the message, and I have my email somewhere in here. Right, what is this doing? This is checking user password. Okay, I can actually make this a function on its own. Get user returns the user object. So let's see what we can do with that instead of having that there. So find user returns the user object, and which is what we actually need here. So what's the point of having this here? No point. So our user object is get user. That's find user actually. Find user. Based on the email. I think I might have something broken. I'm not sure until we test. So I get the user object. I'm using it here to check the password. I'm deleting that. And I remember we also are supposed to delete the token from our database, so we can make it expire, which we can easily do. So we are returning the token object, right? Find token is returning token object, so that's easy. We can delete it here too. Just delete the token here. Current user. Current user. Yep, that will work. Let's set message here. Set alert. Here it is a message, and the message is blah 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 ship. All right, so the message is this, and I would okay. We're sending our email. Let's no need to do this. Let's just have a clean let's do a redirect to this address. We are typing less, and let's call return. Let's call return. Let's change this to set alert. The error is what we have here, and let's delete this. Change this to this and delete this. Alright, looks cleaner. Looks better. Anybody that comes here can easily understand what we are trying to achieve. Well, except for these two, which we have already added comments to: delete, prior delete, user data, token data. Alright, what else do we need to refactor here? You can have a function for validation. Where is it? So for things like this, you can have a function for validation. That's also still going to work. You can try to do that on your own. I think we have refactored these two. We have. Moving on to the next one, let's refactor process login. Let's refactor process login. Sorry about the background noise, if you can hear the background noise. I think there is something wrong here. I need to import. I have that. I have redirect. I need to import user. I need to import token, of course. I mean, let's just get the user too. I'm not even sure if I'm using it. Well, all right, so let's put it here too, because we'll need them, obviously. Let's change set alert. Again, if you can hear the background noise, just forgive my neighbor. Oh, there's an error there. Set alert should be error, and it's going to be that. Take this out and set redirect to. Let's come down. Here we are trying to look for a user, so we can easily take all this out. Easily take this out and delete this part and make this the function is current user to find user and then supply the user email. Okay, this is fine. What is this doing? Check user password. That's fine. We're using the user password and verifying it. You can have well, this is okay. Let's leave it this way. Let's not make it more complicated. Let's change this, because I'm already thinking of better ways to achieve these things we are doing, reducing the code here and everything, but that will probably make things more complicated. I can't start recording again, so we have to endure the noise in the background. I've gone far already, and I can't. So if you can hear me, that's okay. Error. I'm just refactoring, so it's not a big deal. And delete this, and that should do for this page. I think that's all for this component. Oh, right, this should not be. It should just be checking if current user is found. If not, it will throw that error. And then we are doing that and all that. Yeah, that should be for this page. Next up, what else? We can refactor everything. That's just the point. We can refactor everything and make our code cleaner and make it separated in this way. So if there's any issue, you know where the issue is coming from. You're not retyping everything multiple times. You're just importing a component and using it. This has been reduced to a single line of code, and using a function just makes things easier. I've been lazy, I need to update this, but you can do that on your own. So we are going to be stopping here because I just wanted to show you what what it is like using a function for all these things. It's easier for anyone to get to your page and say, oh, this is checking if your user is logged in. If you want to be super explicit, you can have, you can have a different name for all these things. This is user logged in. You can have is user not logged in and return a particular. That makes no sense, but you get my point. You can do a lot of things with this. You can decide not to. I mean, I already mentioned it. You can do validation. So instead of having where is register, instead of having this here, I can write a function that takes validation, that takes the type of validation, and then does it for me. I can have a function that sets session instead of typing all this here. So anyone can come into your code and know what you're trying to achieve. So this will be the end of this series. The next series is going to be on building something entirely different. We just wanted to see how we can make authentication system. We are not talking about anything about two-factor authentication or anything like that. We didn't use database. I mean, we didn't use MySQL or any other traditional database. We use a file system, which is just supposed to help you understand how some of these things work. So I believe this has been a good tutorial. We've been able to build something very small, explains a lot of concepts, and in the next one, however, I would not be explaining things in this way. Okay, so I'll record one more video for styling. So we can add images, add JavaScript, and add CSS too. Just one more video to wrap this up.